Hi, Steve Ward here with Mercedes-Benz of Lindon. Behind me is a brand new 2015 C400. Now the 400 has the V6 bi-turbo engine. As you may already know, the C-Class was completely redesigned for 2015. This happens to be our very last C400. Now we were allocated just a few of these, and since it is our last one, we thought, hey, we'd put it out there on YouTube, get it up there on eBay, and give all of you out there who've wanted the 400 and having a hard time finding it a chance to pick one up. Of course, it's dressed up in white here, and the 400 is standard, already has as part of its standard package the sport styling, and so you can see back here on the bumper, we've got the cutouts here in the bumper. Of course, it's still got the DNA drop line here, which you see in all of our cars, whether it's set up for the luxury or the sport edition. But up front here we get wider air dams, more aggressive front end. You notice there we've got the lighting package, which is gives you the curve illumination, etc. Down here we get the cross-drilled rotors, and look at those massive brakes up front here with the sport package. Love the multi-spoke wheel. That's my favorite wheel on this body. I think it complements and accents it very, very well. Love it in white, and the reason I say that is it looks nice and crisp, but you see those beautiful lines that are reminiscent of an airfoil or an airplane wing there on the side of the vehicle, which they call the DNA drop line. Of course, we fill the fuel up on this side for safety reasons. No sunroof on this model. In order to get a sunroof, we got to go with the panoramic roof. 4MATIC, of course, all-wheel drive vehicle. See, we've got some diffusers down there. It's part of that sport package. Inside, plenty of room for the clubs. You know, with those weekend adventures, we've got rear folding seats. Just deploy these handles. Those seats will fold down. We've got a pass-through through the center there. I had a chance to visit the factory in December. First class facility producing these fantastic vehicles just outside of Alabama. Let's take a look at the sticker here. Notice we've got a 3-liter V6 bi-turbo, so we got 2 turbochargers on the engine, 329 horsepower, 354 pound-feet of torque. And of course, it's the 7-speed automatic transmission and the 4MATIC all-wheel drive. Standard features over here on the left, and on the right here you can see it's set up with the multimedia package, lighting package, which gives us the LED headlights with the active curve illumination, and then the adaptive high beam, which will turn the high beams off and on and if a car is approaching. Polar white sport package with the Lindon one. We'll get a chance to take a look at that in a second. Blind spot assist also as part of the standalone options here, and you can see that right now. One of the cool standard features on these vehicles is the autonomous braking. I had a chance to try that out at the test track there at the facility at the factory, and it works pretty awesome. Keyless entry and keyless go, meaning that you can just leave the key in your pocket. Here's a picture of that beautiful Lindon wood black with a nice top stitch there. Now the C-Class for 15 is slightly larger. It's a little wider, a little longer. And the seats, I own a 2014 C, and although it's a fantastic car and it's very comfortable, this actually exceeds that comfort level. And in my opinion, the wow factor, the luxury factor, as you can see here. All these are laser cut. Everything just fits perfect. Beautiful car. In the sport model, or in the 400 standard, is going to be these heavily bolstered seats, which are very comfortable. Another shot of the Lindon wood. Looks a lot like bamboo. A very modern looking wood. We get the built-in clock, very classy. Get the retro looking gauges that we saw come out in the SLS a few years ago. And then we get this nice prominent screen. Now, I've had some people say, oh gosh, I don't like that screen. It looks like a big iPad up here or something. Well, let me tell you why they do this. One is when you're driving along, Mercedes-Benz is all about safety. They want to make sure that we can see this and we can see the road, one or the other, out of the corner of our eyes. Now, if they get this screen up and out here, if you notice that the level of this screen is at the same level as the top of the hood. Now, when I'm looking at this, I can actually see the screen from my peripheral vision and or the road from my peripheral vision. And that just makes things safe. I'm going to start it up for you here. This car is equipped with heated seats. This is our seat programming here. You notice that each section looks like a seat. And another new feature for the C-Class is this extra button here, which will elongate the seat down here. But again, all the fit and finish is just fantastic. If you notice this one also, I don't know if you can see it there. I'm going to try to pull out of the sun here a little bit. It has heads-up display. There you go. I think you can see that. Using that nice trade-in back there for a backdrop. Heads-up display, we can turn that on and off right there, of course. Keyless go right here. And of course, if you don't like keyless start, just pull out the button and insert your key. I love the shifting up here. The previous C-Class model was down here, but you can see this is so much nicer. I've got room for our drinks. They're away from the controls, so you're not worrying about bumping it as you're trying to activate things here. They've added the touch surface here, which is nice. You still have the traditional wheel here if you come from Mercedes-Benz and you've gotten used to that, or they've got the wheel here, or the surface here that's pretty nice. Of course, we've got maps in the multimedia package, and then we can also look at some of your other options here with the radio. Of course, Bluetooth streaming audio, and in the center console here we've got a couple of USB ports to hook up your media that way. Another neat feature on the C-Class this year is this agility button. Now, when I push this button, you're going to get two things up here on the display. It's going to show the car. It says, "Hey, that's sports setting." Down here in the center console, it's not the center console, but in the display here next to, in between the gauges, I get a different 5 different settings: comfort, eco, sport, sport plus, which will make the car shift very, very aggressive, very fast. Of course, we have paddle shifting too for manual shifting. And then we can take it really conservative. You're going to drive around in comfort most of the time, but down into economy mode, doing it on a long trip, you're going to get your best fuel mileage there. Beautiful car. As you can see, it is just top-notch, soft touch surfaces everywhere. The top stitch here. But it just got a nice, elegant feel. It's really nicknamed the Baby S-Class, and for a good reason. It is fantastic. Got Burmester high-end audio in the car. It's ready for a new owner. Give us a call here at Mercedes-Benz of Lindon. Of course, we have in-house financing. We can help you buy or lease this vehicle. We can go over any incentives that Mercedes may be having, help you with some lease and or finance payments, and facilitate shipping if you're from out of state. 801-222-4400 is our direct number. If you're looking at this on eBay, give me a call and we'll discuss this car and see if we can help you make an informed decision on getting this in your garage. 801-222-4400.